Hey, I'm glad you tuned in. It's February 26, 2009, and it's a glorious day. Again, every day is a glorious day. I'm going to talk about suffering today. Um, there's a lot of different ways we suffer, and there's a lot of different things we go through when we're suffering, and there's a lot of different emotions that are tied to suffering. So I want to touch on some of the ways I deal with it and kind of get into the Word and what it says about suffering. You know, Jesus suffered so he could learn obedience. And boy, when I read that, I was just intrigued because I thought, man, he already was obedient. He was, he is the Word, was the Word. He was there at the creation of the earth. He was with God. You think he already knew it all. But it does say in the Word, you can research it, that he learned obedience through suffering. And then, if you look at our life and all the characters in the Bible, they all went through suffering to learn something. And it says in James, count it joy when you go through trials and tribulations. The suffering is a perfection process. If we are to be the image of Christ throughout our life, we're going to have to go through some things that we don't want to get us to do what the Lord wants us to do, to get us in line with His plan for us, because it's not that He just wants us to do it, it's the best thing for us. If you have children, I have children, and they want things and they think they want things with all their heart, and I just know if I give it to them, it's going to be the worst thing I ever did. And they don't see that. They don't have the wisdom or the understanding or the knowledge to understand that. And in a lot of ways, we're like that with God. We think sometimes when we get in such a predicament that we've got more than we can handle, and that He's not being real fair, and that He's not raising us right. And and that's just wrong. I come out with this a little analogy the other day that I thought was pretty right on target, so I'll share it with you. It's almost like we're coffee. If you know how coffee's made, and I'm sure you do, you got your coffee grinds, you've got your filter, and then you've got your pot of coffee. Well, before that pot of coffee is made, you've got these grinds. And I'm going to relate us to the coffee grinds. We're kind of rough and rigid and nasty, and you don't really want to eat any coffee grinds. You get them all stuck in your teeth and everything like that. So they have to be purified. And I believe that God the Father is the hot water that pours over us. And the pot is our perfected image of Christ. After we are poured through that, we're poured into the pot. The filter's kind of the world. That's a very important aspect of it, because we're set on top of this world, and then we're poured hot water over us, and it purifies us, and we're filtered through the world, because the world has all these temptations and attractions and evil lusts and desires that we go after, that it really takes some purification to get through there. And if it wasn't for all those desires and those evil attractions and things like that, there would really be no reason for perfecting us. So we're put in this world to be perfected, and God does a great job of that. So I just encourage you to look at all your sufferings as a purification process, that God is pouring the hot water on us. He's filtering us through this world, and at the end of it, we've got this magnificent pot of coffee that's great. It gets us going in the morning. It wakes us up. If you like coffee like me, it kind of fills you with joy. So I encourage you to look at all your sufferings with great joy and see the outcome of it as something great God's done in your life. Tune in next time.